What's up, y'all? Once
Well,
again,
look who made it on time.
What
Well,
am I?
look at that.
Y'all don't know, man. I got ample. You know what I'm saying? I got great timing, man.
Man,
Like
now,
off the chain timing.
now I'm gonna have to scrap all these jokes. Okay. So I was about to light your ass up.
Ooh, boy.
And once again, this is exactly why I show up every week. Not fitting to get me, dog.
not finna get fried for free.
You know what I'm saying?
So everybody, welcome to Rats. It's another Monday. You got your boys, The Rock, Mr. Glass, D-Ray, the producer, and of course, Veep in the building. Yes, we are missing the stone-faced Gooch. And of course, Big Los is somewhere still recovering from them JEPs.
No. Los is on a different suspension.
Oh,
really?
He got caught using them JEJs.
oh, what is that?
Them Jesus enhanced jokes.
Hey, man.
That's tough.
Hey man.
Hey,
Yep.
I know. He was like really spitting that last week, and I was like, okay, yeah.
So
Yeah.
now that we brought that up, we didn't really do did we do the introductions? I think we did. So what did y'all think of all of your impressions?
I loved it.
Man, my
I
impression
think
is
mine was very accurate.
Hold up. What? Okay. Do pray tell what was inaccurate about it, Mr. Glass?
He got the wrong side. He went over to the wrong side. He went to the left. I'm on the right. That's all I'm saying, bro.
True that.
Hey, V.
Yes, sir.
You need to change the filter. You need to do something because there's a permanent smudge on glasses up right under his lip, and I don't know what that is.
I don't think
you
he's
see
washed
that?
his face enough or something. I
Is
don't know.
that dirt? That ain't dirt.
Glass.
Well, still there, baby.
A goatee, bro.
Look here. I only know a couple of things that'll grow face on a man, grow hair on a man's
What the
face.
hell was that?
Yeah, bro. You know what?
He butchered his own joke.
I butchered the hell out of my joke.
Go ahead and drink that coffee and keep moving. Hey, real quick, just so you know, what we're talking about is a blast and last. If you haven't seen it, it's a little sample.
Yeah, Dolly, if you don't know what diabetes is, that's the matter of fact, we call it the sugar. How ironic for us.
Or hold on, or we've been trying to contact you about your warranty.
I broke up with a girl at a funeral one time.
What?
At a funeral. Danny. At the time, you young, you think I said, look.
No, wait. Stop using my government name after you just.
If you eat at Captain D's, I'm just going to label you as a gutter snipe because only gutter snipes eat at Captain D's.
I tell you, Big Los is my guy, man. He cracks me up.
Give it up for Big O's, man.
If you notice, I don't really laugh that hard on that Captain D's joke because I had a fresh plate of Captain D's when he was saying, and I was like, that ain't funny.
Like I sort of ride for Captain D.
You know what I mean? I still F's with Captain D.
Well, I got to be a gutter snipe. Just because I like me a 6-piece shrimp basket every now and then from Captain D.
You know, I like some country style fish and some of them little hush puppy balls.
Hey, Big Los, you got to do my impression over, bro. You went to the wrong side. Not accurate. It is not accurate.
He said,
Yeah,
not
man.
accurate. There it is.
You have to work on those impressions, Los. All right, bro?
Facts. Because I do not talk that slow, dang it.
Actually, he was spot on for you. I'm just going to say that.
Damn.
Wow.
That's pretty accurate, dog. I'm just...
Okay, I realize that I butchered my joke, but seriously, what's going on with the Fu Manchu, man? What's
You
going
gotta try
on with
something
that, man?
different, you know what I'm saying?
What are you doing? What are you doing to grow that facial hair? Are you conditioning with something?
He's
Organic?
glass.
It's au natural.
Is it organic juices and berries?
Hey man, you know.
We don't know what you're talking about, bro. Hold on, man. This is not one of those kind of shows, bro. Okay?
You know what I'm saying? Like what are you trying to say right now, bro? I'm trying to say I'm partaking in a certain.
Hey, look. Hey, that's why I was asking. Did your mama listen? Because I had questions.
What up, Junior?
What's up, Junior?
What up, Jimmy? Oh, Lord. Guess who's in the comments?
He said it feels good to be back.
I brought him in. So, man, oh man, we got a lot going on. So let's go ahead and start with the game against the Celtics and the Heat.
No, why you start there though?
Oh,
Hey,
we-
hey,
No, why you
hey,
start
man.
there?
He's going to get to who we gotta get to.
Hold on. What
We're
you
gonna
not gonna
get
do?
Why you gotta start there though?
What you not gonna do is come here and
Hey, where is it? Where is this at?
Hey, man.
That is coming. Don't
It's
you worry
coming,
about
man.
it.
It's
Hey
coming.
man, it's a
It's
certain
coming, bro.
energy lacking that
No,
wasn't lacking
no,
last
no.
week.
You get what I'm? Hey, Mr. Glass,
Hey.
you feel me?
The
Yeah,
I
energy
got a
is
lot
here.
to say about that. So it's
Energy
coming.
is here.
It's really coming.
So,
Alright.
so go ahead, Rock. Start it
Well,
off with the
We
Heat.
know Heat is like taking off on those Celtics. I think it's what is it, 2-1? Something like that.
Mhm.
But I guarantee you though, tonight's game, the Celtics is going to bring it back. But I still have the Heat in it, even though my initial thing was that, like Heat and the Mavericks. I'm lukewarm to ice cold on that prediction now. It's gonna stand on an iceberg butt naked. So that may be changed soon to protect the innocent. But the Heat is Heat though. I think that they're gonna still take it. The Celtics though, they're gonna win tonight. That series is going 7. I don't see any sweeps or anything there. That series is definitely going 7. And it's time for them to give our boy Jimmy Butler his props, man. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Jimmy Butler been balling his ass off.
Quit hating.
That's
man.
all
That's
you've
a
been
fact.
hearing about. And all you've been hearing about with everyone else in the freaking playoffs. And Jimmy Butler is quietly giving them 40 points every game and winning. That's the deal. He's getting 40 points and winning. I got somebody on my team that is getting 40 points and we lost every freaking game. So we ain't gonna talk about that yet.
We'll get there. We'll get there.
We ain't gonna talk about that yet, though. Okay. So yeah, what do y'all think about that series? The Heat.
We are coming, Junior.
I
Chill.
just want to take note of that comment real quick.
We're getting there. We're letting you
Wait,
back.
what did he say? Let me read it for the Blast Radio 247 fans. Mavs are 0-3, and that right there is already a hard comeback. But then I saw Rock's hairline, and then I lost hope for everything. Dang, Junior, you just got back.
What he's not gonna do? Cause his little young ass is like 16 years old, and he don't understand gray hair right here, and he keep on thinking that like gray hair mean that like you don't have no hair. But damn it, I'm here to tell you, little young ass, yeah, bro, I got a head full of freaking hair. Okay, when your ass get as old as I am, you better hope that you have a head full of freaking hair.
Okay, wait a minute.
I'm just saying.
Wait a minute, bro. In your defense, you sounded like the old man in the neighborhood right now.
Get off my hair, get off my lawn.
Hey, yo, for real though, Miami Heat are balling. They balling harder than I gave them credit for, especially with Kyle Lowry being hurt and not playing. They balling lights out. Jimmy Butler is a beast, man. And before the series, I thought Boston seriously was a better team.
Yeah,
but they don't have a whole lot of answers. You know what I'm saying? And so this game, it's gonna go to Game 7, and I still think it's gonna be Boston, but I don't know. I'm still kind of up in the air about that.
So my thought is,
Junior trying to get this smoke for real.
So my thought is,
I'm like telling Shorty though that he needs to go and like pop that one big pimple in the middle of his damn forehead. I know that's what he got. While he's sitting in his mama's basement down there playing doggone Call of Duty or something. Go pop that damn pimple, bro.
So yeah. So one of the things about the Miami Heat that I think is impressive, everybody mentioned Jimmy Butler, and it's the fact that he's been able to not only take on Kyle Lowry's scoring, but he's taken on Kyle Lowry's basically floor generalship. You know what I mean? Like he's the main ball handler. He's the guy who's probably going to lead you in assists. And also, he's the best two-way player left in the playoffs. So not only is he giving you everything on offense, but he's giving you everything on defense, guarding their best player, and still has enough in the tank to get 40. I mean, that's very impressive because if you think about it, there ain't too many superstars that can do that. Most of the superstars, even back in the day, didn't guard the best player of the other team.
Yep.
So that's impressive.
That's fact.
I still got Boston winning the series, though.
And he's doing this without Tyler Hero. Actually, Tyler Hero was hurt or something, right?
I think he is.
They're not even playing Duncan Robinson anymore. And
I don't know why he don't play Duncan Robinson. Didn't they give him like a 3-year, $80 million contract or something? And now they don't even play him.
I ain't playing now.
That's the biggest waste of money. I mean, we got to talk about Pat Riley, bro. Like maybe you're losing your touch, old man, because that ain't right. Yeah, 3 years, $80 million to ride the bench with DNPs.
What you're not gonna do is talk about Pat Riley, but that's a whole nother separate conversation.
Hey, man, I know Pat Riley.
You're gonna keep your freshly haired lips off of Showtime. You hear me?
Look, I know Pat Riley is a legend, but he's long in the tooth now. That's all I'm saying.
Hey, he is bringing in the talent. They have talent, so with that part there, he's actually doing right. I guess Eric Spoelstra's run code on Duncan Robinson. I mean, I don't know. The boy can shoot to me.
He can definitely shoot.
You know what I mean? He has value. I don't know how he's fallen out of favor so quickly. You know what I'm saying?
I know why he can't play no defense.
Well, shit. I mean, man, come to Dallas.
Damn right.
We don't even know what that is in the last couple of games. What?
Hey, can we get Veep's opinion on the game before we get to this massacre?
This is gonna be bad for y'all.
This is not gonna be good. So can you go ahead? Hey, look, and Veep, go ahead and give them the lurch so we can get to the blast artist of the week and we run out of time. Because this is not gonna be good.
I got no problem with what you niggas got to say. I ain't scared of y'all motherfuckers.
All the Bernie Mac coming out of him. I see.
Hold up, who's this?
Rest in peace to the legend, bro.
Anyway,
no doubt.
Yes, indeed. So let's go ahead and let's just talk about them Mavs. Hold up, where that picture at? There we go. The only one person to show on the Mavs is freaking Luka. The rest of the team,
man, that's from like 2 years ago, though.
Hey, you know what? First of all, we need to fire the intern. Because apparently that was Gooch's intern getting a two-year-old picture. So that's neither here nor there. But
you know what? You know what's really, really interesting is that was actually in the bubble. That wasn't even
right, because there was no people in there. That was pandemic.
Yes.
Dang.
So
that would have been easy to.
Dang it, Gooch.
That's hold on. That would be Gooch's opinion anyway.
Very much.
That's Gooch. All you gotta do is put that up, and that's exactly what he's gonna do with every damn question.
He's just gonna be sitting there like this.
but before we talk about how trash the Mavs are playing, let me get something out the way. While I have always really liked some of the players that played for the Mavericks, it's really just the fans that I love sticking it to. Because you always try to attach your caboose to what you think is a winner. And then when it don't work out, y'all get quiet. I think y'all even kill the crickets. It ain't even crickets. Man. It's like
right
before the Big Bang quiet.
I put you on blast. I'm right here.
So,
bro, that cat jumping up to the left of beat scared the hell out of me, bro. I thought Jason McClain was here. I thought it was some paragraph, bro. Wait a minute, bro. Now I'm about to see a pencil hair on my face jump out of my face. It's about to be real.
Man, just tell them damn video games, bro, that are warping your little ass over there for real.
I know y'all saw that too, bro. Like,
I'm used to it
nobody
now.
else say, what was that, bro?
Hey, look, I'm used to it now. When I first started talking to Troy, and the next thing I know, it'd be like, "Hey, man, what was that?" You know, he like to blur the background, so you really don't know what it is.
That's what I'm saying. That's why
it's like some kind of evil spirit done descended upon your house.
Got a Sasquatch lurking in the back.
You know what I mean?
All right, so
somebody
Dallas
called
Mavericks.
Justin.
This is the problem with the Dallas Mavericks, guys. And this is what I said when we were doing our predictions. It's Luka and no one else. There's no one else on that team. I've been saying this. Y'all was saying, but you're wrong, Mr. Glass. They got Spencer Dinwiddie. And I said what?
He hit 30.
What did I say? What did I say about Spencer Dinwiddie? I said he was trash. What I say about what I say about Jalen Brunson? I said he was trash.
Not trash. Jalen Brunson is not trash.
What's the score of that series?
Now you're making up stuff though.
What's the score of that series?
Hey man, hey.
How many points Luka averaging?
Hey man, we're not gonna talk about that.
But how many points is Luka averaging?
You wanna know why we ain't talking about that? I'm gonna tell you why we ain't talking about that. And this is my team. Okay, this is my boy. Luka is stat watching his ass off right now. He is hearing everyone say he's the youngest of this, he's the youngest of that, he's the young. He has passed Dirk. Dirk played in 140 playoff games. He has passed Dirk for the most 40-point playoff games already. Yeah. He wants to be the youngest to do this, the youngest to do that, because that's what they bring up all the time. He's the youngest to this, that. He's the youngest to that. Just look at the game, okay? Yeah. When like he sits there and he pounds the ball, then it's 3 seconds left, and he try to hoist up that damn step back because he think that's what gets him, hype when they make it. But if you're only hitting 2 out of 12, I ain't hype for that shit. Pass that shit, move the damn ball around, give me some flow, get in the paint, do something. But if that's what you're doing just to get 40 points and no one else is doing a little bit of nothing, I'm just looking at my boy. Okay.
I just want to point out though.
What the heck is the fine for being tardy?
Oh my goodness. I thought it was the wrestling face sitting up there myself.
Hey, look, it looked like you got the same shirt on too.
I could have sworn it was wrestling face.
Welcome to the show, Gooch.
Welcome, Gooch.
As I say, don't believe the hype.
Oh, what hype? What hype?
I know you said something about me.
You know we did. Hey, but no, seriously, Rock. Here's the problem with your theory. You know who Luka really is reminding me of in this series? He's reminding me of Kobe right after Shaq left.
Trying to be
because it's Kobe. It was Kobe and nobody.
Yep.
He ain't had no help. And Luka right now has no consistent help. And that's a problem. He has nobody that can lighten that load. He has nobody that the other team is scared of. He has nobody that has that killer instinct like him, right? Now, on the other side, Golden State is a team full of killers. And not only are they a team full of killers, Steph Curry, did you see that three-pointer that he hit when he wasn't even looking?
I know, he turned his back.
And it was doggone near from the logo, right? And then the only person that could stop Steph Curry last night was the waiter taking the order on the sideline that he tripped over. And then let's talk about what Wiggins did to your boy Luka.
Yeah.
Hit him in the face.
He did not hit him in the face.
He did.
Man,
right
please.
in the face.
Hey,
man, please.
Gave him a stiff on right in the face. The offensive foul, they called it.
And this is the problem with the
That was offensive foul, Gooch. Gooch, that was not offensive foul. on that dunk. On that dunk, that was not offensive foul. That was just a poster, bro.
That was a poster. And you know
foul.
why his face did like this?
Okay,
Luka in midair realized he made a mistake
and tried to flop
and tried to look away from the camera because he knew it was going to be on ESPN in rotation all the next day.
So why did they call the offensive foul then?
They called it first and took it back, bro. Huh? They called it first. Called his head.
Why did they call the offensive foul?
Because
he flopped.
You caught a damn game.
I know he hit him in the face.
Now you know good and well. Gooch did not see that game.
He hit him under the armpit, Gooch, and you saw it.
Hey,
so
Rock, chill out. The Twinkie told him that he got hit.
So.
He's listening to the Twinkie. You can't hold it against him for what the Twinkie is telling him.
I mean, he saw 8 angles of it where his face was like nowhere close to being touched, and he still said he got touched.
Yes, right.
I'm a homer, Danny, but I ain't that much of a freak.
Yeah, you just can't see. I got 20/20.
Oh no!
20/20.
Oh no!
That means you got 20/20 Twinkies.
Shit, he got 5-5. We got 5-5.
I just got one more thing to say about the Dallas Mavericks. All right, if we're saying that Luka is taking too many shots, I would like to remind you that Reggie Bullock, the guy that you guys were touting last week, as one of those guys that could help Luka.
Can't hit nothing.
What was he last game? 0 for 10, 0 for 7 from 3. Is that his stat line?
Yeah.
So what do you want Luka to do besides back up shots?
And I bet you though, Gooch probably saw Bullock hit about 5 threes last night too, since he saw that damn foul.
It was a replay, yeah, but I saw it.
Okay, so I had a question, and this is for the Mavs fans, the actual Mavs fans. Okay, next season, who does Cuban bring in to help Luka?
LeBron James.
No,
LeVon. He should do.
That ain't gonna happen. You wanna know why that happen?
I'm getting the idea.
A lot of money.
And follow me here.
That's not even the
You're gonna bring in Whiteside.
Follow me here. What would happen if he brought in Zion?
Not gonna happen.
You don't think so?
Nope. You wanna know why?
Zion is on the tail end of his rookie contract.
I'm gonna give y'all a reason why it's not gonna happen. Okay. When y'all understand the makeup of Dallas, Texas, okay, y'all will understand. There would never, ever be a superstar besides Luka on that team. There will never be anyone else who they're going to bring in that may take away the superstar status of Luka on that team. Will never, ever be. Unless it's another superstar with another persuasion of the same persuasion that is going to take over, because in the history of Dallas, we have traded away every single black superstar that we've had. Every one of them.
I vehemently disagree with your point here, Ron.
You know, and it's kind of sad.
I've been here since the inception of them.
It's literally like, wow, dude, really?
Not gonna happen.
I got it. Hold on, bro. This is a bad take, and I'm gonna tell you why it's a bad take. When you guys won a championship, you had 3 African American players that were prominent in your guys winning. Those players were Shawn Marion. Hold on, Shawn Marion.
Zion is a superstar. That will never happen.
Okay, hold on. I'm gonna catch you right here. You ready?
Go ahead.
Michael Finley.
Michael Finley, we got rid of him.
Was a superstar at the time that
we got rid of
Dallas. Shawn Marion had just come out playing for the Phoenix Suns, where he was the best two-way player in the NBA.
Who was Michael Finley?
Shawn Marion, the best two-way player in the NBA during this time.
A superstar.
Okay.
Well, wait a minute. Jason Kidd wasn't a superstar?
Jason Kidd on his back end? Yes.
Wasn't a superstar?
When he get on his back end?
Yeah.
Of his career, his second time around?
The one that did he win the ring or didn't he?
He won it, but he was not a superstar. He was
Now, who was the
even
sixth man
considered a role player then. He was like 34, 35.
Who was the sixth man of the year when you guys won your chip?
It'd be
We
Dirk.
went out. We went
Jason
next to
Terry, the Jet.
Jason Terry, that's right.
He was the best sixth man in the game. And guess
Super
what, guys? He's black.
Y'all ain't.
Look,
y'all-
man,
I'm
you
not
guys are
saying-
totally right. You're totally wrong with that.
No,
take, bro.
I'm not
You're
saying
totally wrong.
very good players.
No,
They were
then
bringing
Sean Marion was a
very good
superstar,
players.
bro. But
You
dude,
would
they
never
had
have-
commercials on this dude. He was the Matrix.
I'm just but that doesn't
You guys
mean
are-
anything,
did
though.
you
The
forget
Matrix was
that
not
quick?
averaging. The Matrix was not averaging 30 points a game. The Matrix was not, the Matrix thing.
He played defense when he couldn't get 30.
rebounds, defense. That was the Matrix. That's not going to make you a superstar in this league. Dunking, rebounds, defense. They want scorers. They want people that are marketable. They want people that can do all this. They will not in Dallas, Texas, in this town. Okay, bring in someone that is going to steal Lucas Thunder right now.
Okay, I'm gonna tell you what. And before you go, Gooch, I got to disagree with that. And here's here's the thing. As much as you want, and I understand where you're coming from, as much as the power structure may want Luka to be the dude, it is apparent that the dude can't do it by himself.
That's why they keep saying bring in a Robin. They need to bring in role players.
No, in this NBA, bringing in a Robin is not going to help. You're going to have to bring in another Justice League person because it's not going to help. You got to have somebody. You're going to have to bring somebody that's going to sit at the table with Luka, and because it's either going to be economics. Because you know what's going to happen? Dallas fans are going to be tired of Luka scoring 40 points a game and y'all losing, and the wear and tear on that body, even though he's 23, 24 right now? 23. The wear and tear on that body, scoring all them points, and you're losing. Hey, I'm telling you.
They thought it was going to be Porzingis, which was why they moved heaven and earth to get Porzingis from New York. Didn't matter if the dude was broken, hurt, couldn't walk, had one foot cut off. We're going to get him, and we're going to give him the max. And it's one reason why they done that.
Okay, so he's from New York. I'm going to tell you.
Okay, hold on. Let me get my turn. In. Shoot. I disagree with Rock because of one thing. This is not Dirk. This boy wants to win. He wants to win. He wants to win now. He doesn't care about sharing the spotlight with somebody. Dirk didn't care what Donnie Nelson needed. He does care. He wants to win, and that's the reason why he's going to say, get me some help. I don't care what it costs.
What is going to happen? Before that happens here, that dude is, what the hell happened to him? Before that happens here, he will be on another team. When you say he's not like Dirk, yeah, because he's not going to say, I'm just going to sit here forever and like do nothing. We have never in the history of the Dallas Mavericks gotten any first rung free agents. Never. Every first rung free agent that we have gone after, we have not gotten.
Wait a minute. Wait. Are you talking about Jimmy Jackson?
He was not a free agent. We drafted him.
Jason Kidd.
We drafted him.
And what's the third one?
Jamal Maxwell. We drafted him.
We drafted him.
Wow.
We drafted him.
Sean Marion.
He was not a first round free agent.
Well, here's what's going to happen, and this is my prediction, right? Either they give him some help, or Luka's leaving. Because that kid wants to win, and that kid, to me, he don't care about color. He just care. He like Rasheed Wallace. He said the ball don't lie.
I'm not saying him. I'm not saying nothing about Luka because
I feel you where you're coming from.
Yeah, I'm saying the like fan base here in Dallas, Texas. Okay, if they would have brought in when they tried to get Dwight Howard back then with Dirk, Dwight Howard was younger. Dirk would have still been the superstar on his team. Okay, it's going to be the same thing with Luka. They are not going to do that. I would love for them to do that. I want y'all to like prove me wrong.
Junior,
you shake your head.
Hold on.
You gotta
Junior,
shake your head.
When you get your permission slip signed, Junior.
Okay, so here's the thing. I'm gonna ask you a question. How many times do you have to be an all-star before you're labeled an elite free agent?
It's when they get them. Just be
No. I'm saying he just came out for being an all-star. So how many times in a row? No. Just answer me, how many times in a row do you have to be an all-star before you're an elite free agent?
You're not getting what I'm saying though, okay? We get these players just like DeAndre Ayton, just like we got Jason Kidd back. We get these free agents after all the all-star stuff. After all that, we get this on their tail end. So if you're gonna look at that and say, oh yeah, they got 8, 9 like all-star, but yeah, they got them 3-4 years ago because they have been in the league for so long. At that time when we get them, they're looking for a team. They are not a front-rung free agent. Free agent front-rung are the ones I'm saying come out. You know exactly who they are. You knew when like KD coming up. You know when like LeBron coming up. You know when all of these type of like players come up. You don't know when like Sean Marion or like Jason Kidd when he's been in the league like 15 years come up. You don't know that. They're no longer elite players at that time.
Sean Marion went to the Dallas Mavericks at age 31. Most NBA players are still in their prime at age 31.
He did not make an all-star team with the Dallas Mavericks.
He shot.
By the time he got here.
Hold on. He shot over 50% from the field. He averaged.
You're not.
He averaged 10 shots a game. Though. He got over 15 points a game.
Not listening to what I'm saying.
I hear what you're saying, but what you're saying, I firmly disagree with.
The like team puts the nominee for the All-Stars on the ballot. Okay, this is what the team does. Okay, the team never did present Sean Marion as an All-Star on the ballot. It was Dirk Nowitzki and whoever else that they wanted. If they even put 2 people on there, I'm going by the fan base, which is what Cuban and everyone else goes by. Oh my God! Don't even bring up that Gooch. Shut up, Gooch. We don't even talk about Chandler Parsons. When we got him from Houston and gave him how much money?
Max.
Yeah, that was weak.
That dude could not do a thing when he got here, and all because now you can't tell me though that it wasn't some other people of another persuasion that was better than Chandler Parsons. But we're gonna bring in Chandler Parsons.
Sean Marion was.
Yeah.
Hold on now. Here's the thing.
Really, Gooch? Really, Gooch? That's what you don't do, Gooch. For real?
Here's the thing now. What you're missing about Chandler Parsons, and I know he turned out to be a bust, but when he was with Houston, if you look at his stat line in Houston, you could understand why they paid him. Because somebody was going to pay him. He was shooting well. He was rebounding the ball. He was doing what he was supposed to do. He was not a bust in Houston.
Dude, his shot was busted. His knees were busted. They knew his knee was busted the same way they knew that like Kristaps' legs was jacked up. They still were like, you know what? I don't care. We're gonna bring in this dude and we're gonna give him a max.
Okay, I gotta address
Kristaps. I know you gotta address it. Go ahead. I got a question afterwards.
No, you go first.
Yeah, here's my question. Now I'm getting what you're alluding to with the culture, right? You're alluding to the culture. I'm hoping in the Dallas area, because if you look around Texas, what did San Antonio do to build a dynasty? What did Houston do to build a dynasty? Are you telling me that Dallas is so close-minded that they can't see that? They can't shoot. Jerry Jones had to bring in Michael Irvin and Emmitt Smith and a lot of other stars for the Cowboys. What makes the Mavs think that they have to have the Great White Hope?
They have always thought that. Okay, ever since they had Dick Motta, and especially when they had Nelson. When they had Nelson
was that, yeah.
As the head coach, that had to be. We were going to whoever that we got that was going to be a superstar. Yeah, we got Nick, and then we got rid of Nick. We got Rondo, ran Rondo out before the like freaking middle part of the season. Rondo hasn't done. It can't. I mean, it just does not happen here for whatever reason, and it's the same reason that like free agents that are big, that are out there. We have the money. They do not come. They have never come here. Never. There has never been a top run free agent out here that ever said, you know what, I'm going to go to Dallas.
Okay.
Never happened.
Last question before Glass goes on his rant. The last time, since you're saying this, that Mark Cuban owned the Mavs, in 2011 when they won, right?
Yep.
Mark Cuban owned the team then.
Yep.
So you're trying to tell me
everybody the year after that.
you know, Gooch, for real.
DeAndre Jordan was older than Dirk. They promptly got rid of him real quick.
Okay, so my question is, do you really think that Mark Cuban, as a businessman, would make that kind of a decision, even if the culture is telling them to? You really think that he's not going to bring in somebody to help Luka?
He will bring in someone to help. As they say, it's going to have to be a Robin. He's not going to be.
So it wouldn't be Zion.
It's not going to be 1A, 1A. It's going to be 1A and 2B or 1A and 2. It's never going to be 1 and 1. Not here.
I think that culture's gone. It used to be like that, but I think we're going to start something new.
When is it going to happen then, Gooch? You've been sitting here since the 80s. You've been sitting here since 1980.
We just got kids. We just got kids. He gonna change it.
Okay,
so and we got the new GM.
Yeah.
So hopefully some of them like people from Nike, because that's where our like GM's from. Hopefully he can bring over some of them like people and let them know that the culture's changing, because still we have never in the history of the Dallas Mavericks gotten a first round anyone to come and play. They couldn't get them to come and like play with Dirk. They couldn't get them to come and play with nobody.
I still don't understand how we don't see Sean Marion as a first round free agent, but that's neither here nor there. The thing with Kristaps Porzingis,
you gotta agree to disagree.
This is the thing that I got to address with Kristaps Porzingis. As a New York fan, here's what everyone who's ever seen Kristaps Porzingis play is going to tell you. If Kristaps Porzingis, it's basically the same thing Anthony Davis' stat line should read to you. If this dude is healthy, he's a beast. When he was with New York, when he was healthy, he was a beast. But see, here's the thing. When you drafted for potential, or you traded for potential in this case, if it would have worked out, Luka and him would have been a championship duo for a decade.
You want to know why that worked out? Why that wasn't going to happen? And once again, it's because you have to be here in Dallas. They already had, you know, media and like everything saying that like they were bumping heads like crazy. They didn't even like each other. They didn't even talk off the freaking court at all.
Kristaps didn't want to play. He just want to get a
Kristaps was hurt.
It was not.
He always playing hurt.
And he's saying, and he was going to be hurt. History tells them, and I'm pretty sure that his doctors told the Mavericks too. Look, the dude is 7'3". When you start having foot problems and you're 7'3", those foot problems and knee problems do not go away. And they have told them that, and they knew this. And they still was like, no.
So let me ask you a question. If Dallas at the time that Yao Ming was on fire, but you knew that you knew Yao Ming had a foot injury, because he's always had a foot injury, you wouldn't have traded for Yao Ming?
Before his foot injury?
No, I said he's always had a foot injury. Yao Ming's feet were a problem for him throughout his entire career. The same way that Steph Curry's ankle was a problem for him throughout his whole career. The same way that Michael Jordan's back was a problem for him. The same way that Scottie Pippen's back was a problem for him. The same way that LeBron James had a back injury years ago and they thought his career would be short. Every player that is good, that has had a ring on his finger, has had a bad injury in their career.
They're not
telling me that Kristaps Porzingis is ineligible from getting help.
Look up everyone that is 7 foot or over that has had foot injuries, chronic foot injuries, and see how long or like effective they have actually played. Because once that foot starts to go downhill, they start to go downhill. He will have.
That's what I said. You wouldn't
Kristaps has spurts, but it would.
So that's
go
the
by
question I have for you.
we ready for the artist.
Yao Ming.
Then we're gonna come back and do this again. I'm ready for the artist though, but I'm gonna come back.
We got this plexiglass, bro. We got to get out here,
bro.
Yeah. I gotta agree with Rock on that one. 7 foot people, they get hurt, and once they get hurt, they always go down.
All right, so the Blast Artist of the Week is True Composure. This song is called Politics.
It's frightening, and governments are fighting. Politics and issues lead to governmental misuse. Politics, government, administration, subjugation, media, Hollywood, lots of protests do no good. How can we make a choice if common men don't have a voice? Leaders fly, pilots fly, babies die, parents crying, selling it for deception. War is on and misconception. Politics can blind us, but poverty reminds us we must reap what we've sown. The Holy Bible tells us so, but will we choose the right one? Election time is never fun. Politics, government, administration, subjugation, media, Hollywood, lots of protests do no good. How can we make a choice if common men don't have a voice? Leaders fly, pilots fly, babies die, parents crying. We're the masses, yet fear the least, and we only pray for peace. Although we vote, we cannot fix deceptions we know as politics. Politics, government, administration, subjugation, media, Hollywood, lots of protests do no good. How can we make a choice if common men don't have a voice? Leaders fly, pilots fly, babies die, parents crying. Government, administration, subjugation, media, Hollywood, lots of protests do no good. How can we make a choice if common men don't have a voice? Leaders fly, pilots fly, babies die, parents crying. Politics, government, administration, subjugation, media, Hollywood, lots of protests do no good. How can we make a choice if common men don't have a voice? Leaders fly, pilots fly, babies die, parents crying.
There we go, and that's True Composure with Politics. And if you are a artist or even a stand-up comedian that would like to get more exposure, go ahead to blastmusic247.com and register as an artist for free. And make sure you fill out your profile, your stage, and there it is. From there, we can help you to get exposed through our collaborations and other affiliations that we have through Blast. So that's blastmusic247.com. What's the line, Vic?
Changing the industry, one artist at a time.
There you go, bro.
All right.
Here we go.
Yeah.
So, Mr. Glass,
I
go
like
ahead and finish your point, and then I have a question to Rock after that.
First of all, what's good, Lena? Second of all, look, here's the thing. When you're looking at a potential player, right, you look at pairing up what a skill set would be good for. So you're looking at a guy like Kristaps Porzingis, who is an outside shooting center who can block shots. That is a perfect pairing, skill set wise, with a guy like Luka Doncic who likes to drive the paint. You don't want a big man that's going to be down in there with him. You don't want a Giannis paired up with a guy like this. You know what I mean? You want somebody that is outside bombing, but still can get 20 boards and protect the rim. I understand why the Mavericks would want Kristaps Porzingis, and this is coming from a guy who watched him play pretty much every night for the Knicks. Yeah. So I get it. I understand your point, Rock, where you're saying that it doesn't matter what Dallas looks at. They will never put another Batman besides Luka. Nope. That's of African-American persuasion. I get what you're saying, but I think you're wrong. And the reason that I think you're wrong is because, one, I don't believe that Mark Cuban looks at life like that. I really don't. I think Mark Cuban is a nice guy. I think Mark Cuban is actually somebody who's willing to do whatever it takes to win a ring. And I think he illustrated that back when he had Dirk and he brought in guys who would do exactly what was necessary to win a championship with Dirk Nowitzki.
This is the deal. This is the deal, though. He brought them in, that team, and he brought in the Dirk, Jet, Marion. It was there years prior to them winning that, okay? When they finally brought in the who was out center then? Tyson Chandler. That's when we won the championship.
By the way, Tyson Chandler is a marquee player at that time. Just
and then promptly, dismantled the whole damn team.
Bro, they were, first of all, half of your team was about to retire. Tyson Chandler wanted the back. So I can understand. Hold on.
Answer my question though, man. They're not front run. They're not front run free agents when they're getting ready to retire.
Okay.
Everyone was 30-something years old.
Hold on. Here's my point. You're saying that a guy like Jason Terry, who was on the tail end of his career and still putting up 20 a game, wasn't a marquee player. He was.
Jason Terry was with us. Jason Terry did not just get with us for that 1-2 years. Jason Terry had already been with us though for like 3 or either 4 years.
So if you let me finish, what I'm saying is he collected this talent, right, over the course of 3 or 4 years. And then to put them over the top, he went out and got Tyson Chandler, who was a marquee free agent or trade. I think it was a trade. And guess what? Tyson Chandler's black.
Look it up, though.
Put him over the top.
You know.
Tyson Chandler had never been marketed as a superstar in the Dallas area, period.
Look, Tyson Chandler was getting 10 and 10 every night. Tyson, you don't have to market a center. Name me the centers that were marketed.
Okay, first of all, timeout. Second of all, somebody check Gooch, make sure he's awake. and third of all, hey, Glass, what's the name of my show where I put Gooch all around the world? Can you sing my theme song for me?
The world is Gooch.
No. Crazy, bro.
Gooch got some company.
Crazy, bro.
Who is that beside Gooch, y'all?
No,
Rock. I'm gonna kill you, Rock. You didn't get it from me.
That wasn't me.
It was you.
No, it wasn't me. They stole it from out there on Facebook or something, but it wasn't me.
It was me.
And this joke was brought to you by Blast of Laughs, which will be on Thursday night at 8 p.m. only on the Blast Media Network.
But my point though,
Damn, Gina.
and I think this will be my closing argument, is that Mark Cuban has proven that he will do what it takes, no matter what he has to do, to get a championship to Dallas, and I don't think that that's going to be restricted by color.
Okay, wait a minute. Now I got to play devil's advocate real quick. Being a lifelong Charlotte Hornets fan,
And
I
a lifelong Dallas
understand.
hater.
Yeah.
I understand. No, but I understand. Hold on. I understand where Rock is coming from, because the first Charlotte Hornets franchise would do exactly what the Mavericks are doing now. You get a championship team, a championship caliber team, and then after that magical run, because you don't want to pay everybody, you get rid of them, right? So
And that's
you know,
that's what I was alluding to. Yeah.
right. So the team that we had with Alonzo Mourning, Larry Johnson, Muggsy Bogues, Kendall Gill, Dale Curry, that team that started going deep into the playoffs had George Sheehan and that other dude that liked raping people. Had they actually, I said it. I meant it. I meant that, boy. I was hot. I was 38 hot at them. Had they actually paid people, Charlotte Hornets could have had a real shot at getting a ring in the late 90s, early 2000s.
All you guys needed was a point guard. That's all you need.
We had a point guard.
Oh.
No, at that time, nobody could stop Muggsy. Nobody.
Muggsy Bogues.
Yeah, but I'm talking about, like, because the problem is, especially during that era, you couldn't really hide people on defense. You know what I mean? So
look at who we had.
On defense.
Yeah. Look at who we had though. I mean, Kendall Gill was a great player, and Dale Curry was a lights out shooter.
Sniper.
But the point was, ownership got rid of them, all of them, and it seemed to be the trend that every star that the Hornets had until they went to New Orleans, every star that they had was gone either the next year or sometimes even mid-season.
All right,
let me ask you a question though. On that, D-Ray. Let me ask you a question. Do you feel that 90s, early 90s, I believe, Hornets team, I think that was the Alonzo Mourning, Larry Johnson, Muggsy Bogues, right? Okay. But here's the problem with that, and this is what I want to ask you. Do you think they didn't want to pay because all of their contracts were pretty much coming up at the same time, and you can't pay everybody? And then without one or two of those guys, would the rest of them have actually been enough to get you over? Or would you rather just start from scratch, knowing that you can't put that team back together?
I think honestly, where there's a will, there's a way. And if maybe if they had the right complexion, who knows? And and then there are other things like attitude and Alonzo Mourning and Larry Johnson not getting along, and Larry Johnson getting hurt, and basically the Hornets trading him to the Knicks as basically damaged merchandise. So there's a lot of factors involved, but when it comes down to putting butts in seats, especially when you're not in a big NBA market, you have to there's only two ways that you're going to put butts in the seat in the NBA. You're either going to have superstars that people are going to want to come see, or you're going to have champions. One of the two.
Yeah.
Period. And if you don't, you're going to start suffering at the ticket counter.
That's what happened.
I'm going to move it on because there was a topic that we wanted to talk before the show is over, and that's more about Dwayne Haskins on the reveal of his, if I'm correct, he had a blood alcohol level that was supposedly through the roof. Elevated. Go ahead, D-Ray.
Yeah, D-Ray.
So I'm gonna have to cut the music.
Fair enough.
This aggravated me. This like really aggravated me. The man got run over by a truck. Okay? The man got run over by the truck. The driver that ran him over clearly said, "I did not see him. It was an accident." Now, why they had to put this man's blood alcohol level out there Why they had to put this man had a unknown female companion, put that out there. It is always, to me, it is always the dehumanization of black athletes that were not seen as human beings. They want to see black athletes as commodities and merchandise that can be defined, that can even their legacy can be tarnished, especially if if it is something egregious or whatever. You don't see a lot of white NFL players who die tragically have their toxicology reports released, right? They even, I remember back when Steve McNair died and the way he died, right? We all remember the way he died, right? What does his toxicology report have to do with the way he passed away? Nothing. So this is aggravating to me. I wish I could say more, but my kids are in the room. But let me just say that this really ticked me off, and I think it's unfair. And if the NFL actually cared, they would do more to protect their players. But they clearly have a propensity of not protecting their players, so we should not be surprised.
I want to second what you said, D-Ray, and I want to ask a very simple question. Outside of a baseball player, I believe his name is Tyler Skaggs. Used to play for the Anaheim Angels at the time.
Are you talking about the one that had just passed over the like fentanyl use or whatever that we talked about?
Yeah. Other than that, I don't remember any athlete passing besides maybe Len Bias where drugs were brought up, really, unless they were black.
That's an absolute fact.
Listen, Dwayne Haskins having ketamine in his system had nothing to do with him getting run over by a freaking truck, bro.
Right.
Like, let this man in death have a memory, have a legacy that is worth something to him and his family. All right, that's what we need to do. We need to stop worrying about why it happened at this point and start worrying about, is his family okay? How about the NFL take all that investigatory money and put it towards a fund for this man's child? Because I know he had a young daughter.
I think he had two, but yeah, you're right.
Yeah, I seen the one. I didn't know he had a second.
Mm-hmm.
But why is that not a thing? Why are we not doing that?
Right. And let me just also piggyback on what you just said. There have been plenty of athletes from Lyle Alzado to whomever that we know good and cotton picking well they had drugs in their system when they died, but nobody said anything. They're Major League Baseball players that done flew planes in the buildings, right? The toxicology report never gets released.
Yeah.
So we know what it is. We know what it's about. It's some old bull. You know what?
Yep. It is.
Where is Big Loss?
Boy.
We're missing somebody.
I'll tell you.
I just want to know.
Yeah, that's it. That's the meme.
It's a tragic story, and like I said earlier, let the smear campaign begin. And I'm just wondering how in the world, okay, as close knit and as tight-lipped as the NFL and health organizations are, with the HIPAA laws, how exactly is this stuff getting out every single time when it comes to an African American player? That had to be something.
Because you have to have the perception of the person that you're talking about was an actual person. That's what. And if you're seen as an animal, or you're seen as less than human, then why care about your HIPAA law? And that's an absolute fact, bro. Baseball players, man, bro, they come up with the drugs.
That's a whole nother story with that, bro. We can have a whole show on that.
We could have a whole show on that.
One more thing I'd like to say about
Twinkie Heaven over there.
Man, bro, They got Optimus Prime Twinkies in the mix. I have you talking like this.
But
Go ahead, Glass.
I'd love to say about Dwayne Haskins before we get off, man. You guys realize, and I know you guys do, but I hope everybody takes a minute to realize that his daughters are gonna have to, at one point, read this stuff.
Right.
His wife or his girlfriend or whatever has to read this stuff. His mama has to read this stuff. Do we have no decorum as human beings?
We don't.
No.
I mean, our news agencies, media outlets, whatever, do not have any decorum because it's all about getting it out there first, getting the clicks, getting the views, getting all of that. That's what it's about. They don't care, do not care at all.
Facts. That's sad.
Yeah.
Oh, all right, fellas, we hit another hour once again. Man, it's unfortunate that the kid tried to create a legacy for himself to provide for his family, and somehow they want to throw his name in the mud.
What did they accomplish out of it? What is the accomplishment out of it? It had nothing to do with it.
No, what it is, it really is, and I know we're over. What it really is, it is this feeding frenzy for news and for scandalous, and absolutely right. And I'm beginning to think all professional sports are. I remember an athlete a few years ago, and I can't remember his name, that he said that basically professional athletes are just well-paid slaves.
They are.
And I got to think about that. I was like, wow, he may actually have a point.
Well, here's what I'd love to point out real quick before we get off. We got 4 major sports in America: basketball, baseball, hockey, football. Okay, how many of those sports have more than one black owner in their leagues?
Okay, well, you can cancel the NFL because that's 0.
Yeah.
I know damn well the NHL don't.
Right.
No.
I know baseball don't.
No,
basketball
baseball actually has one. And I want to say it's Magic.
That's why I said more than one.
Right. Oh, say well, then none.
Well done.
How many of these leagues have a predominant minority, and I'm gonna say a minority, player base? Baseball, definitely. Football, definitely. Baseball, definitely. Basketball, definitely.
Football, definitely.
So why is it that we are the talent, but we are never, quote unquote, the brains of the operation? Why is it that the ESPN guy, Louis Riddick, can go for multiple GM jobs, and this guy knows football in and out, brother? You could listen to him pontificate on the NFL for years and not get bored because he knows it.
Right.
But he can't get a job.
Well, if we knew that, if we knew, all of these questions, I mean, we would all be billionaires. And I guess the reality of it is, deep down, we know the answer.
Oh yeah.
The only thing that we really can hope for, and this is the thing that I feel strongly with Blast Media, is that we're changing the atmosphere. Black owned, independent platform. We're trying to push that envelope to where maybe it will be more owners one day. Maybe it will be more majority groups one day. You know what I'm saying? So that's really the only answer to that. Really.
And this is also, I'm glad you mentioned that, but this is also one of the biggest reasons that I signed up to do this. Because I realize, look, I sit here and I have these conversations with my dad all the time about representation of Black men doing positive things out here in society, in the business world, everywhere. We don't have a lot of that. But this group right here, we full of that. And I want to celebrate that.
trust and believe. It might be fun and games to y'all that watch, but trust and believe behind the scenes, we about that life.
Facts.
True that. True that.
True that.
I know that's you, Gooch.
And
you know, Gooch. You would have put that right when I was giving the we all about that life, and you just do that. Thank you, Gooch. Appreciate that, man.
But it's all love, man. Look, man, and I want to make sure that people don't take what I just said some other way. Because look, I got love for all my brothers and sisters across every race, every gender, every ethnicity, every religion. I love everybody, bro. But what I'm saying and what I mean is that we need to see more different faces leading the charge in every way, shape, and fashion. Because the world is made up of different faces.
I refuse to apologize for having a preference for representation, and I don't care who I love and who loves me. This ain't prejudice. This is preference.
Yep.
I agree with that.
I'm with you. So
and let's not forget on this last note that it was Adam Scheffler who started all of this smear stuff. Him and Gil Brandt or whatever his name is.
Yeah.
That started all of this smear stuff.
Right.
When the guy just passed away.
Right.
And you start saying the most insensitive things in the world, just like he really wasn't anything.
And
wasn't nothing but a player, and that's it.
Right. And until
we down to a player.
And until we start holding them accountable, they're gonna keep doing it.
Oh yeah.
Absolutely.
Oh yeah. All right. Before
enough of that serious stuff, man. I got to get some jokes off.
Before another person say just one more last thing, there is no one more last thing. We close the gates. Everybody, we appreciate you for hanging out with the Rats crew once again. Thank you for your time. We ask you to please be safe out there. Second, mental health is important. If you have a problem, please go get you some help. All right? We in this. We will see you next week. Remember, every Monday, your boys, the Rats, are here. We love y'all. Be careful. Peace, everybody.
Peace.